Today is 7th of June 2026. In short way, okay, in very short way, but next week I should record longer one. Next week I should record a longer one. So if you haven't check the videos about the war, especially the war between Russia and Ukraine. If you haven't heard, check the videos, okay? Because few videos I've recorded, okay? So I said what we need to do all about this war, and what strategies to do if President Putin doesn't want to make peace, what we have to do. So go back to those videos and go back to those videos, okay? Next week I should record more, okay? First of all, in the Bible is that President Trump will end this war. This is in the Bible. Like the lightning from the west to east, okay? Good news, okay? Is in this verse, okay? I would have to have exactly this verse. This is exactly about from west, President Trump, from west to east, like the lightning, okay? That good news for the kingdom of God. This is about the war, that he will bring peace. So in the Bible says that President Trump will bring peace. He will make President Putin to end this war. And this is in the Bible, okay? In the Gospels. And also in the Bible, we know we will establish the peace. We will achieve peace. When they will say peace and safety, okay, the pain will come on evil ones as birth pains on women in childbearing, okay? There are so many scriptures. So from the Bible, we know from the Bible, from Gospels, that President Trump, from west to east, he will bring peace. He will be the one who will negotiate. I don't know in what kind of way, okay? But he will talk to President Putin. I don't know in what way, okay? But he will lead to agreement with President Putin. And together, of course, they both are very anointed, as I told you, okay? But President Trump will do the thing for God, okay? We know from the Bible. So I call this is priority. To end the war between Russia and Ukraine is priority, okay? You have to stop ignoring President Zelenski, okay? Stop ignoring him, because he's asking for peace, he's begging for peace, and stop ignoring him, okay? So President Trump, this is your responsibility. It is in the Bible. It is you as the head of all worldly leaders. It will be your operation. Your duty number one is to end the war between Russia and Ukraine. Your duty number one is to become friends with President Putin, okay? You need to establish the peace all over the world. We don't want war. So President Trump, I don't know in what way, I told you the strategies. If President Putin will not want to negotiate, I told you what to do. So still we have the same plan. And it will be you who will bring the peace. It is in your hands. So President Zelensky, keep pushing on President Trump, okay? Keep pushing on President Trump. He must help you. He will help you. President Trump will help you to end this war, okay? Don't go to President Putin. President Putin showed that he doesn't want to negotiate, because it's in the Bible. It will be through President Trump, okay? President Trump will know how to negotiate with President Putin, how to make him to end this war, okay? But President Zelenski from Ukraine, you can't ignore him. He's involved. This is his country also. So two victims. Russians are victims, and Ukraine, they are victims, okay? President Zelensky and President Putin, you both are victims, okay? So President Zelensky, keep pushing on President Trump, okay? This is his duty number one. He will help you to end this war. So stop begging President Putin, okay? He said he doesn't want, okay? So President Trump will talk with President Putin. He will know how to talk, in what way to make him, okay? I told you the plan. I will go back to you in next week, okay? I will fight to go back to you next week. But this is priority still. Ending the war between Ukraine and Russia is priority. So President Trump, it is your responsibility. I will be with you. I will help you, okay? So whatever you do, I don't know, in Iran, somewhere, I haven't checked news for months, okay? So whatever you do, end this, and your priority is to help President Zelensky. Stop putting him down. Stop putting President Zelensky down, okay? Even Karol Nawrocki, stop putting him down, because he's the victim of the war. And stop living in the past, in the history, okay? We live in now, and they are in emergency. People are dying in Ukraine and in Russia. This is emergency. How can you now, even Karol Nawrocki, how can you now go back to the history? We do not live in the history. We live the history in the past. God said forgive. You don't need to be forgiven, President Nawrocki. You don't need to be forgiven. Okay. Would you like your country to be at war now? Do you even imagine what he feels as president? He's asking everyone, every nation, why you don't help him. Your duty is to help him. In peaceful way, you have to end this war. In peaceful way. We don't want any more victims. Daily people are dying. This is emergency. How can you now live in the history? President Nawrocki. Now is now. They are the biggest victim of the war in Ukraine, in Russia. Russia also is the victim of the war. People are dying daily, and now you think about the history, okay? You live in now. And now every nation, every leader should help President Zelensky and President Putin to end this war. You have to encourage President Zelensky. Giving weapons, that's not good encouragement. You have to help him to make the peace. We want peace. We don't want more victims. How do you encourage? No, he doesn't need weapons. We won't end this war. Help him to establish peace with President Putin. You have to stand on President Zelensky's side and to make President Putin to bring peace. So President Trump is still the head of operation. He will lead the leaders, and don't dare to ignore President Zelensky. Don't dare to... You put him so down. You treat him like nobody. He's begging leaders to help, and nobody helps him. Nobody cares. You don't dare to treat him in that way. You don't dare Nawrocki, Tusk, you would never treat. Tusk, you would never treat in such a way President Zelensky. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, PM Tusk from Poland. Don't be afraid of our president, okay? Have your own word. You know, this is shameful that they judge, they put down President Zelensky, they treat him like nobody. We don't live in the past. President Tusk, Donald Tusk, you know I believe in you. You know I believe you will bring honor to Poland. And I believe in you that you see that President Zelensky is the victim of the war and he needs to be respected. He will not be put down by Polish leaders, okay? He will be respected. He will be honored. It could be your country. What if Poland would be at war now? What if Poland would be at war now? Just imagine every country, not only Poland, but every country, if your country would be at war. Just think a little bit what he goes through, what those people go through. You have to have empathy, compassion, and it's your duty of all of us, to help him, to respect him. He can't just go and beg for help. It must come from us. We must be willing to help him. We must be willing to help him, okay? President Trump, you are the head of the operation. You know what to do. and treat respectfully President Zelensky, okay? So President Zelensky, you will do negotiations with President Putin, but President Trump will help you. President Trump will help you. Don't ignore President Zelensky, okay? Because this war happens in his country. He is the president and this war happens in his country. Stop ignoring him. Stop acting like he's nobody. President Trump, show respect to President Zelensky. Show to another leaders that he deserves respect. And when you go to negotiations with President Putin didn't want negotiations. He didn't want to meet with President Zelensky. So go President Trump with President Zelensky to Putin. Go together. Go together. Take President Zelensky. So show to the world that Putin must talk to President Zelensky. And Putin must talk with him and you need to bring peace. And you need to make peace plan and negotiations. Okay? Take President Zelensky. People act like he's nobody, okay? This war happens in his country. President Trump, your duty is help President Zelensky. Putin didn't want to talk to him. Putin even didn't want to talk to him. Go together with President Zelensky to Putin. Go together. Show that you are with him, okay? Then Putin will talk to you. Putin will talk to you. Putin will talk to you. Together with President Trump and Zelensky together, he will talk, okay? And President Trump and all other leaders make sure that President Zelensky will receive respect. He will not be treated by Polish leaders, President Tusk, Donald Tusk, don't be afraid Nawrocki. Don't be afraid that he puts him so down, okay? He is a hero. He is a hero. President Zelensky is a hero. This is what he goes as president. No president would wish to go through what he goes. He is a hero. President Putin also is a hero, okay? He's also the victim of the war. This war happens also in his country. But you need to treat President Zelensky as hero, because, and you need to respect him. And Polish leaders will show him respect. You will show him respect. President Tusk, you know what to do. Don't be afraid of Karol Nawrocki, okay? Don't be afraid of him. Just as you wanted to say that President Zelensky deserves respect and he will be respected by Polish leaders and by leaders all over the world. So you know what to do? So what do you do now? Okay, what do you do now? President Putin and President Zelensky, you go together, talk to Putin or make him peace. There is another strategy. If he will not want to talk, I told you what to do, what strategy. I've recorded video, okay? You go around and you say, peace, Putin, or you know. But no using weapons, no violence, no using weapons, okay? I don't want to see any more blood. I don't want to see weapons. I don't want to see people dying. No more weapons, no more killing. End this war in peaceful way. End it now. If he doesn't want to talk, so make him end the war. Make him end the war. Make him end the war, but with not using weapons, not violence, okay? But President Trump, you know how to do it, okay? That he will think that you will attack or, you know. Let's hope you will talk. So let's hope you will talk. President Zelensky, President Trump will help you. It's his duty to help you. So keep pushing President Zelensky on President Trump. President Trump will help you, okay? Next week I should record more. And I don't want to see any leader to treat President Zelensky like nobody, because he is a hero and he deserves to be respected. And Polish leaders, you need to respect him. You need to respect him, okay? So show respect to him. This for today, okay? This for today. I will record more next week. You know what to do. President Zelensky, you know, keep pushing on President Trump. He will help you, okay? So you will together negotiate with Putin. Go together with President Trump, negotiate with President Putin and make a peace. No more killing, no more violence. We must end this war. And ending the war between Russia and Ukraine is priority for all leaders, okay? And show respect to President Zelensky. All of you. Okay, this for today.